Hey guys, welcome back to the Ocarina of Time walkthrough. Previously we collected Saria's Song in the Lost Woods and a few upgrades as well. We also made our way to Lon Lon Ranch. Well, actually we did that before going to Lost Woods, but we went to Lon Lon Ranch and got a few collectibles there. This time, however, it's finally time to progress in the main quest. So once you're done with all the stuff that you've done in the ranch and the Lost Woods, you want to just go ahead and make your way all the way back to Kakariko Village. Navi will interrupt you there and she will just tell you about, she'll give you a hint on where to go for your next objective. So that can also be pretty useful if you're trying to figure out what to do. So if you don't prefer to use a guide, then I guess Navi's the best one that you have. Alright, back here in Kakariko Village, don't worry about the rooster crowing. That was just because I played the song twice because it was evening and I wanted it to be daytime, and I just cut them out. Anyway, now that we're back here in Kakariko Village, let's go ahead and finally make our ways up north. So if you remember the previous few videos ago, I visited Princess Zelda in the castle and she gave me a letter with her name on it. So that is exactly what we are doing with this now. So you've seen it in my C icon in the hub for a while, so now I'm finally going to use it. So actually you can come over to this sign right here, and Death Mountain is prohibited, I guess, for regular civilians to cross, so that won't stop us. However, this guard is not very amused with us, seeing as to how he thinks we're an illiterate little kid, because, I don't know, I guess kids don't learn to read until they become adults. This was clearly a different era back then, but I guess it was kind of true in medieval times. Most young people didn't even know how to read, so that kind of makes sense. When we're done with that, just go ahead and show him the letter, and eventually, after thinking that this is a ridiculous idea, he will let you pass. So after finally listening to his oh-so-sad story of the job that he totally chose to do, go ahead and just ignore it for now, and we will come back to what he said later, but as for right now, just go ahead and make your way up here to the Death Mountain Trail. I know, very welcoming place if you ask me, if it's literally going to have death in the name. He did mention the Hyaline Shield that I got previously a couple videos ago. Walk up ahead and you'll encounter a new enemy, a red Tektite. These are fairly common, they do half-hearted damage as you just witnessed. I'm really not the best at fighting them, although I have my moments, so I had some trouble on recording and I wanted to show it off. So, say you do want to fight them properly, I'm also going to show you how the Hyaline Shield works. Yes, it is fully adult-sized, but still you can have it equipped as a kid. But you cannot defend with it the same way you do with the Deku Shield. So Link just kind of crouches over, I guess like a turtle hiding in his shell. That's always the best way I thought about it. So if you jump attack like that at the right time, you can have a chance with them. Or I guess maybe if you're just not that good with it, maybe you could just Z-target it and then use the slingshot to fight it. Alternatively, I suppose you could use Deku Nuts too, if you like doing that, but like I said, nobody really likes doing that. So, there's actually a lot of new stuff to see this time around, so you can come over here and you'll encounter a new race known as Gorons. So, Gorons are mountain-dwelling, stone-eating people. Yes, I know I just said that right. So, these guys are in the middle of a huge problem right now. They can't get a good source of food because the Dongos Cavern suddenly got infested with Dodongos. I can honestly say I didn't see that one coming. And there's a giant rock blocking the entrance to the cave, so it's not like they can really get in. Now, what I don't understand is that, or Really, I should say, for the longest time, I didn't understand why they couldn't just eat any other rocks, but I actually found out later it's because they're kind of picky and they like the rocks only found in the Dodongo Cavern. Because if you look over here with this sign, which it says don't enter without permission, interestingly enough, I guess maybe it's a way of saying you've had enough food for today. I don't know. That's sort of how I always seen it. But like I was saying earlier, there are rocks all over this mountain. You can literally just break a piece out of the ground and eat it if they wanted to. But no, they're picky and they prefer only the rocks found in the Dodongo's Cavern. So you talk this one here. He doesn't say anything useful to us right now, but later on it will come into play. So don't worry about it. Now, there are actually quite a few things to see here. Of course, well, this sign will just tell you that you can follow it to make your way up to the Goron City. So be very careful while you're walking along this ledge. Watch out for that Goron rolling around. He can hit you, and if you are standing at the right position, he will knock you over the edge, and then you will just be at this respawn. And I think you will lose a whole heart because you will fall out of bounds. Anyway, he's going to explode down here, and then he'll stop. And he's saying that he wishes that he could roll a bomb flower down and destroy the entrance to the Dodongo's Cavern. Again, nothing really interesting. I just wanted to show that off. But actually, there is something that's kind of interesting. If you come over here to this flag, you can see Navi is highlighting at something right there. And actually, if you pull your ocarina out and you play the Sun's Song, this will actually reveal a big fairy. Now, big fairies I have not talked about yet. They heal up to 8 hearts whenever you lose that many, as well as a full magic meter. However, we don't have magic yet in this game, so that will come into place later. Anyways, you come down the hill here, and it's a beautiful new morning. And here it is, the entrance to Goron City. If you were not aware, you can just read the sign, Land of the Gorons, Goron City. Alright, welcome to Goron City. Very interesting place. Now actually, I wanted to point this out that you may have accidentally come across this place while just venturing around through the Lost Woods. If you're bored and you're poking around and you saw this stone-like tunnel that goes down, that is the entrance to Goron City. And it does take you out here, and the music actually was not the same as it is now because it was from the entrance to the Lost Woods. Whenever you get close to that entrance, then all you'll see is, or all you'll hear is just the music from the Lost Woods. You just have to come out farther. So this guy's where I found out eventually to where they're picky and they don't want to eat just normal rocks that plebeians eat. Oh no, they like the top class rocks found in the Dodongo's Cavern. So you can come out onto this piece of wood here where this Goron is standing, and I have no idea how this thing can support both of our weights, because if Gorons are mountain dwelling and they're huge, I can imagine they are anything but light. So very interesting how it can hold him and me, although Link probably isn't really that heavy. He's probably 75 pounds or something. I don't know. Anyways, so he's going to tell you about the spiritual stone, which is the whole reason why we are here. We are searching for the spiritual stone of fire. And this is where it was displayed before their Goron leader, Darunia, took it away and locked himself up in his room waiting for the royal family's messenger. So, since these Gorons eat rocks, he thought it would be a good idea for, I guess, to sneak out here and try and eat it, even though that, well, that wouldn't do him any good because it's seen as a relic amongst their tribe. So you can find it there, and oh, I actually failed jumping off of that. That was really weird. What you want to do is just make your way all the way down to the bottom level of this, I don't know, city. Very interesting place, and there's a whole lot of stuff to see. You can see Goron art on the walls, you can see torches unlit, you can see this giant jar, as well as this bombable wall. So this part, whenever I was a kid, I got stuck at, and I didn't know what to do, and I just had no idea. But they actually gave you a few hints along the way. For example, you can talk to this guy right here, and he will talk about, you know, Darunia saying that he's waiting for the royal family's messenger, and so the only thing that we have that is linked to the royal family is Zelda's Lullaby song. Now, I know, like I said, there's no Triforce here, so that's kind of why I couldn't figure it out, but I mean, I was just an idiot, and I never... Comprehension was not one of my strong suits as a kid. Inside this room here, you'll come across this tunnel, and then after that, here he is, the big boss of the Gorons, Darunia, and he's not in the greatest of moods right now. I mean, if you're going through a a food shortage, then I wouldn't be either. But he's just going to be pretty angry after you hear him rant. Yeah, he really doesn't seem all too pleased with us, so you know what everyone likes to do whenever they're mad? Break out into song and dance, just like in the Disney movies. Alright, so that scene of Darunia dancing is probably the most interesting scene in this entire game. Anyway, he's going to give you the Gorons Bracelet, and you can see it's actually already equipped. It's on my arm there. It's on the equipment subscreen, and as he said, it allows you to pick up heavier objects such as bomb flowers. So, more on that later. For now, go ahead and equip your deku sticks, and if for some reason you don't have any, don't worry, you can collect some in these jars right here. And I was trying to collect these just by swinging with my sword, because that extends your reach out a little bit farther so you can collect certain items. But whatever, I just climbed onto the table. Anyway, after that, go ahead and light up a deku stick light up a fire with a deku stick and bring it all the way out, and light up all of these 4 torches to get the jar in the middle to start spinning. Okay, now the real question is, who dances better, Link or Darunia? I guess we'll just have to find out some other time. Anyways, there's another deku stick in here if you want, and that is not all of the torches that is in this area. There are 2 torches right here, as you can see, next to this Goron, and this place may seem familiar if you've been pondering around in the Lost Woods for a little bit. This is the entrance to Goron City from the Lost Woods, and I am actually going to create a shortcut right here. So you can light these torches right here, and I don't know why the game bothered giving a small introduction cutscene to show what they do. But anyways, you want to go ahead and light these bomb flowers, or just pick one up and drop one after you get the Goron's Bracelet. And there you go. This is now a permanent shortcut up to the Lost Woods. So if you save the game and then reset, or you relog on, then this shortcut still will be open up, and you can now access Goron City from the Lost Woods. That's pretty nice. You don't have to run all throughout Hyrule Field to get to Goron City, effectively making a nice shortcut to Kakariko Village if you need to get there fast or not. Anyways, I wanted to turn your attention over to the jar right here in the center. So you can see here it is spinning around, and there is a hole on top of it. That's what I was trying to show off. So what you want to do is take a bomb flower and let's play some basketball, shall we? Now, I used to play basketball whenever I was in 8th and 9th grade, so I am absolutely a professional when it comes to that. I wasn't. I never scored a single hoop. So, yeah, it was pretty disappointing, but whatever. I wasn't too much of a fan of sports. But anyways, this game, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and throw a bomb right into the top of the jar. And your mission here is actually to get a piece of heart, and a lot of people actually struggle with this, so because they tend to either walk into that pole or they tend to just run off the edge, and I was trying to show an effective way of actually doing it properly. So an easier way you can do is to stand behind here, go into first person mode so you can see whenever the jar is moving, and about right here is whenever you want to stop, pick up the bomb flower and then bring it over to the jar. Don't run up against the wall or run off the edge. I got pretty close there, but thankfully I didn't. And look at that, I even turned around so that I could, you know, be more cautious. So this is what happens whenever you throw a bomb inside, and then whenever you're done with that, you want to try and actually throw it to a proper face, because it threw it to that face, it's not smiling, and it only gave me 3 rupees. Your mission here is to actually get a piece of heart. So eventually, whenever you do this properly and you get the piece of heart, that is whenever you know to stop. Congratulations! This is one of the most annoying pieces of heart to get in the entire game, so now I've got quite a few more with me. Now that you're done with that, you can actually, there are a few more things you can do with bomb flowers here. Nothing really necessary, but I just wanted to show this off. If you blow this up, which you need to use the deku sticks because Link doesn't know how to pull stuff off of a wall, apparently, just light it on fire. And then this is the Goron Shop, and this guy looks kind of bored, so, you know. He sells quite a variety of products here. You can see over to the right there are bombs, of course. We don't have any of those yet, so those are not going to be available to us. As well as to the left, you can see he's selling a new tunic available, and unfortunately that is an adult size tunic, so, and you can't even buy it anyway, so even if you could buy it, you weren't able to equip it as a kid, as it is adult size. He also sells red potion here. This you can just put in an empty bottle, and that will heal, I believe, 8 hearts again. I don't quite remember just because I almost never buy potions in these games. Alright, that is pretty much all there is to do here on Goron City. There are a couple more things that are here that I didn't quite show off yet, but I will show them off later on in time. So, if you didn't want to get the piece of heart, really, I wouldn't worry about it all that much. It's not necessary, but it is for 100% completion, because as I said, I'm getting all golden skulltulas and all pieces of heart. Okay, our work here in Goron City for now is done, so whenever you're finished with messing around here and checking out everything, go ahead and make your way up to the top level, and then just leave through the same way we came in. Alright, back here on the Death Mountain Trail, you will notice this some sort of a roofed up cave here that you can just pass through, and then here's a Goron just sitting on a ledge. You want to pick up this bomb flower next to it and then throw it right off. I can see, you know, these guys aren't very witty, so I guess none of them ever thought to just pick up a bomb flower and throw it over the edge to destroy the entrance to the Dodongo Cavern. So, if you want to ask about the bomb flowers, feel free to just talk to this dude right over here, and he will tell you everything you need to know about bomb flowers. So since I'm here, I guess I might as well too. So, bomb flowers, as the name suggests, are bombs, but they're also a plant, so they grow. And it's a flower, because I guess a flower is the most distinguishable plant. Anyway, that is it for that. You may or may not have noticed the piece of heart on top of the Dodongo's Cavern. There is actually a way for me to get it right now, but just to, you know, be new player friendly, I won't get it, and I will show the proper way of actually getting it, even though I always get it a different way. So don't worry about that piece of heart for now. You can go ahead and either talk to this guy, or you can just go straight into the Dodongo's Cavern, and this is actually going to be the next dungeon of the game, so join me for the next video to where we will be completing the Dodongo's Cavern.